Good coffee morning, neighbors. I hope the self-isolation is working out for you. I've been practicing this for a long time. I consider myself an introvert and on the extremes of an introvert, which could be called an isolationist. The interpersonal stuff can escape me very easily, so that happens. So to my world, this isn't a huge change. I still go out on the bus, go to the grocery store, get on the bicycle or take a walk, go get cigarettes and foods, patiently waiting for toilet paper to restock on the shelves, like a lot of America. What an odd thing to focus on. The media focused on that more than reality. Although it was true, other shelves were empty in the stores. So, keep a couple of weeks ahead handy. Doesn't hurt. Never did hurt. Tough part is refrigerator items. If the power goes, what's your backup plan for losing refrigeration? How are the ice stores going to hold out for that one, eh? So there's a lot to worry about if you go inside your own head. But the reality is, in our waves of humanity, through the hundreds of thousands of years of human history, we can go back and begin to see and explore, or the millions and billions of years of planetary history. We've begun to detail and describe. It's just amazingly complicated if you look too hard. So we invent trapdoors and simple ways out. We invent binary choices in an analog world. It's the life or death. But how far is that proposition from today? So as you gain senility, you have more time to ponder these aspects in reality. I don't have one book to go to. That makes it tough. I don't have some paragraphs to absolve my sins, and they're too many. So there you go. Intersectionality of reality and walking through a door versus walking through a wall. Not that the wall will stop you, but might slow you down. So what does this have to do with interferometry? Interferometry is the studies of the concepts of interference, of collisions, of energy exchanges. The ideas, the propositions, even the math behind that. One of the terms for that math is game theory, is gambling, is casino odds. It's if the house wins, or the table wins, or you win. So these are things people do. All the videos come from something I did or touched. I'm not alone. I didn't invent any of this. I have a canned mushroom story, mushroom canning growing factory story, but I've never actually canned mushrooms. So through experience in half of the states folks live in, of putting computers, automation, robots, conveyors, manufacturing systems, just-in-time supply chain systems, corporate analytics using SAS tools, if you know what SAS is, capital SAS, and many other analytic tools with seat licenses across the globe for thousands of users, interacting in concert to design a dashboard for your car. Global engineering, so when one design shop here closes in the evening, another one picks right up where they were and continues on, or evaluates the work done that day to make sure fit, finish, repairs, and other things can be done on the vehicle. This is global engineering. This is following the work as the sun moves around the planet. This is managing the supply chains from Asia to the rest of the globe to build automobiles in France, Italy, Australia, South America. Parts, spark plugs, built to fill a warehouse, to fill a production line, to fill the auto parts stores. These are the large systems operations that make things work. These are where these thousands of cogs in the wheels. Check the AI that runs a quarter to a third of the planet. This is where we are today. When you walk into 7-Eleven, pick 5 cans on the shelf, have your kids do it, and see what country they're from, or what state they're from. This is intersectionality. This can be taken, the same studies of a radar releasing a pulse into the atmosphere, timing how fast and how far it could go because you know the physics of it. You know the atmosphere the pulse is traveling through. It gets reflected off something traveling at hundreds of miles an hour, hundreds of miles away, back into an antenna, and that signal is analyzed. Distortions in the waveform are looked for. Things like, what's the math? The math that describes some of this has to do with predicting waveform structures. It's analyzing sinusoidal waveforms. Fascinating touch into how science can be used to try and understand waveforms and predict, analyze, deconstruct waveforms to see if there's information in them. It's not Euclidean math. Come on, mind, it's back in there somewhere. It went by. So if you know the name of this math I'm trying to think of, it has to do with waveform analysis. I'll put it down in the description and maybe a link or something. But this is predictive math that looks at a waveform and says, I think tomorrow it's going to be the same. I think tomorrow this wave is going to be different. Predictive analytics, waveform, geospatial waveform. The engineering that is being applied to the thermodynamics inside the sun. The thermodynamics, the flow of energy across discrete subatomic particles in an engine that's been churning for billions of years. It is a truly amazing world out there. and y'all are part of it. Thank you. Peace is out.